as the executive direct I serve as the executive director of Hudson County Economic Development Corporation, and today I'm joined with our panelists to welcome you to our World Cup 2026 kickoff webinar. My name is Michelle Richardson, and we are so excited about today's webinar. Rosanny, please take us to the first slide with some of the administrative details of how the webinar will run today. I just want to pause to make sure that everybody sees some of the upfront instructions of the webinar. Just pausing for that. My colleague, Rosanny Feliz, is the EDC's Assistant Marketing Manager, and she is the steady hand at the wheel today. You see how today will be administered, and we will go to the next slide, please. We're going to be taking questions at the end. We're going to make every effort to answer as many questions as we can. And then the EDC will be working with all of the panelists to handle any questions that remain. Many of you sent questions in advance. The panelists will incorporate, to the extent that they can, responses to the questions that you asked in advance. Hudson County EDC's goal for today's webinar is very straightforward. We want to introduce the individuals and the organizations they represent. The panelists that are on today represent the individuals and the organizations that are going to provide you with insight on the opportunities for businesses in Hudson County and, quite frankly, throughout New Jersey. We know some of our registrants are not just Hudson County businesses. So after today, the individuals that you meet are each going to have various events and opportunities for you to learn more. You will hear directly from each of them on today's panel, and you will have links to their sites at the end of the PowerPoint. But first, a little background. You see the agenda, but a little bit of background. FIFA World Cup 2026 is taking place next year. The event has an anticipated economic impact of over $2 billion. We expect the event will create more than 14,000 jobs in the region. This global event is expected to attract over 1 million visitors, offering local businesses unparalleled prospects for growth and engagement. So today and in the months ahead, you will learn how your business can access opportunities to generate revenue. Regrettably, our county executive, Craig Guy, is unable to join us due to scheduling changes, but we are so happy that our first speaker is Alex Lasry, the CEO of FIFA World Cup 26 New York, New Jersey Host Committee. Alex, it's my pleasure to introduce you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle, and thank you all for having me here. I am very excited to be a part of the and to be able to lead the New York, New Jersey World Cup Host Committee. I started about 4 weeks ago, so I am still getting used to everything that's going on and diving in. But what I do know is that we are very excited about this event and that this is going to be the biggest event that's ever been put on here on planet Earth. This is something the governor just said this morning when I saw him. I thought this was just the biggest sports and entertainment event. Today, I actually found out this will be the biggest event that has ever happened in the world. And we couldn't be more excited to have, the biggest part of that, the finals, right here in New Jersey. And that's kind of our job and where I think the real opportunity lies. Just a little background on me. I'm Alex Lasry. I am currently the CEO for the New York, New Jersey World Cup Host Committee. Before this, I worked in the Biden administration as the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Travel and Tourism. And before that, my family owned the Milwaukee Bucks. where I served as a senior executive, where we helped build the arena, won a championship, and led the bid to bring the Democratic National Convention to Milwaukee. So in 2020. So I've got a nice little bit of experience in sports, business, and government, which will hopefully help me on this journey. What I think makes the World Cup especially so special, and the opportunity that we have here is not the fact that we just have 7 matches, but more importantly that we also have the finals. The finals is going to be the biggest event that has ever come to the region, and this will be the biggest finals that the World Cup has ever had. Just to put in perspective, the viewership of the World Cup finals from 4 years ago was greater than the last 13 Super Bowls combined. That's how enormous the World Cup is, and I know the Super Bowl was a very big deal when we had it. The World Cup is the world's soccer is the world sport. The Super Bowl might be America's sport, but the World Cup is and soccer is the world sport. And so what that means is we are going to have millions of people coming to the region, and who are all going to be here to celebrate and be a part of the festivities. What's more exciting is that if you think about the millions of people who are coming, 90% of them won't even step foot in MetLife Stadium. So MetLife Stadium only holds 80,000 people. Well, 90%, of those of the people coming to the World Cup, the 2-3 million of people who are going to be coming here won't even go see a match in MetLife. And that brings us a huge opportunity to make sure that businesses are able to take advantage of it, and to bring a massive economic impact to the region. We are projecting that the World Cup will have a $2 billion to $4 billion economic impact for the region, and that's just direct. When we think of the idea of what could happen, 2, 5, 10 years as a result of the World Cup, the numbers could be staggering. We are going to have millions of people coming here, as I said. These are people who could be coming here for the first time. And we want to make sure that we put our best foot forward so that when they're here for the World Cup, they actually think, oh, you know what? Hudson County is where I want to come again. I want to now do my spring break here. I want to do my winter break here. I want to do a summer vacation to Hudson County. We're going to have corporate executives from all over the world coming to Hudson County. This is an opportunity for us to show that this is where their next corporate headquarters should be. This is where they should move 100, 200 jobs. And so that's the opportunity that the World Cup has. The matches are going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and all of that. But let's remember, we are the only region in the country that will be open from day one to the end because we have the finals. And so while we have 40 days of activation on the World Cup, we have 8 matches. That means there are over 30 days where there will not be a match going on in the New York, New Jersey region. That means we have the ability to program and activate so that people have things to do on those days. And this is the chance that we can keep them here in Hudson County, make sure that they're utilizing our local businesses, our local restaurants, our local hotels, anything that we can activate. We want to make sure that we're driving people to Hudson County, so that our businesses can take advantage and really realize the economic impact that's going to be created. When we think about what the World Cup means from a tourism perspective, this is the opportunity that we have to be able to again drive more people here, and bring people to our area. And I think that's what's really exciting about this. Not everyone is going to get a contract with the host committee, and that's okay. The way to benefit is not just from a contract with the host committee. As I said, the millions of people that are going to be here are going to be looking for things to do. And so you don't need our permission to do a lot of things. Go be a part of it. A lot of the organic things that are going to happen are some of the most exciting. And so we are going to be working with the local chamber. I know we've got Emory here. I was able to talk to the Chamber of Commerce yesterday, and we'll be working with them to make sure that everyone is able to figure out how to benefit. We'll be, revamping our website and working on a toolkit so that everyone is able to kind of get the basics of what they need. And if you ever have any questions or need anything, you can just reach out to me directly. I'll put my, we'll have our email in the chat, and so if you need anything, feel free to just shoot me an email anytime you need to chat with the team. That's what we're here for. We want to make sure that this is an economic boon for the entire region, and I couldn't be more excited about this. I've seen firsthand how these type of events can be catalytic for the community. It's going to be a lot. I'll say that the size and scope of this is unlike anything we've ever seen, and I want everyone to be prepared. And it's really hard to explain the intensity and how massive that this is going to be. But again, this is going to, the only thing that really compares is Taylor Swift. That is probably the only, comparable event. And the World Cup's going to be 5-10x what Taylor Swift was. And so every day I wake up thinking about just a couple things. One, how do we make sure that everyone's getting to and from the events in a safe and secure way and in an efficient way? We want to make sure we don't have Fyre Fest at Secaucus train station or at Penn Station or anywhere. And then I'm also thinking about how can the region benefit and how do we make sure that the economic impact is spreading all across New York and New Jersey. And so, those are the things that the host committee is dedicated to. We are the local arm of FIFA, and our job is not to make sure that the matches happen. That's FIFA's job. FIFA handles everything inside the stadium. Our job is to make sure that everything outside the stadium goes smoothly and that everyone is able to benefit and that we're kind of looking out for all of your interests. So again, I'm really excited to be able to work with you all. I can't wait to be able to see more of you in person over these next 18 months as we really look to leverage the World Cup and make sure that this is a win for everybody. So again, I'm really excited to work with you guys and looking forward to taking your questions at the end.
Thank you very much, Alex. You could not have provided a more perfect lead-in to our next panelist, Gina Hewlings, the director of the Hudson County Office of Cultural and Heritage Affairs, Tourism Development, and Gina is going to talk about Hudson County assets, arts, and culture opportunities. Welcome, Gina.
Thank you so much, Michelle, and good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with such an incredible panel and really just to kind of give you an overview as to what we do here. So the Hudson County Office of Cultural Heritage Affairs and Tourism Development, one of the things we pride ourselves in is being a resource for all residents, visitors, and tourists alike. And really showcasing all of what Hudson County has to offer, especially with respect to this once in a lifetime, as Alex mentioned, upcoming to 2026 FIFA World Cup. So essentially, we will be the local extension for the New Jersey State Division of Travel and Tourism, along with the FIFA New Jersey New York Host Committee, and working with all of our attractions, hotels, restaurants, and partners. And really, the opportunity for activation is endless. So if we don't mind, I'm just going to show you, if you haven't been to visit hudson.org before, we're going to go to that site now just to give you a brief overview on the site and where you can find the FIFA World Cup resources. So here we are. This is our landing page. And if we just scroll down a little, you're going to go to the first thumbnail right there where it says New York, New Jersey FIFA World Cup. Explore. Beautiful. So this is our landing page for FIFA. And essentially, if you scroll down, you will see all of the information, essentially what Alex mentioned. This is the match schedule, all of the dates, everything that is coming up, information on purchasing tickets, etc. And we could keep scrolling down. Talking about MetLife Stadium, the big important thing here is we want to ensure that our residents and visitors know how to get to the stadium, transportation. We're looking at, opportunities of where to stay, locations, where to go, where to eat. If you keep scrolling down, we just give more information about what to expect, what to do when visiting Hudson County. And that is, one of the main purposes that we are here today. So really just wanted to showcase and show you our landing page for Visit Hudson for FIFA. But when you do have time, I urge you to explore visithudson.org because it covers such an incredible amount of information throughout the county. And what our job here to do is to feature locations and attractions. Some you might know, obviously, the Statue of Liberty on Ellis Island, Liberty Science Center, excursions on the Hackensack River, numerous rooftop dining locations, nightlife venues. Some folks might be coming and want to play a round of golf at our amazing Skyway Golf Course, and really just enjoying all of what the county and county parks have to offer throughout the region. So that's just the brief. We can exit out of that site. Thank you so much. I just want to go over a brief overview with respect to preparation, right? That's the big question. We've been getting a lot of, curious questions. Okay, well, how do we prepare for this? It's coming up, it's coming soon, and how do we become a partner? So what we're doing is obviously creating this user-friendly experience for travelers by streamlining visithudson.org with the mega menu for easier website navigation, coinciding with our visitor's guide to reflect the newest restaurants and happenings. Hudson County Tourism Development will update the transportation and navigation tools in a joint effort with the Hudson County Planning Department. We're also going to create itineraries in a joint effort with the New Jersey Division of Travel and Tourism through an influencer experience and handpicked local experiences, enhancing the passport experience of checking in at all these amazing Hudson County landmarks, and also purchasing official Hudson County merch. To help our travel professionals that are coming, we will continue to update the For Planners pages and homepage section to reflect the best places in Hudson County to accommodate our large groups that are coming through and provide the most up-to-date tools and directories and amenities and services. Now, essentially, when we start to think about strategy and marketing, a lot of our marketing efforts are contingent upon approval from the FIFA organization and obviously New Jersey, New York Host Committee. So we will begin to provide these guidelines of content and graphic design compliance as we get them. Our objective here and mission statement is to capture the distinctive sense of place and personality, which is Hudson County, and as a tourism destination in ways that are attractive, persuasive, and deliverable. The tourism development team of the division focuses on the elevation of Hudson County as a destination through strategic marketing efforts via digital, social media, print, video, trade show attendance, and partnerships. Collaboration with our regional and statewide professional organizations, building relationships with our hotels, attractions, restaurants is critical. Our marketing strategy focuses on positioning Hudson County as a quality destination of choice for all industry travel segments, including, but not limited to, group package travel, leisure, niche foreign independent travel, business, small conferences, meetings, and incentive travel to the metropolitan New York City, northern New Jersey region. As most of you are aware, Hudson County is one of the most multicultural counties in the country, with Cuba, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Philippines, and India being the 5 most common nations of birth for our foreign-born residents. With the upcoming FIFA 2026 World Cup event approaching, our strategy is to promote Hudson County as a destination for visitors attending the matches and fan events, very important, these fan events coming up in the county, and they will span 7 quarters beginning, this quarter through August 2026. Obviously, our goals include increasing tourism revenue. Alex spoke about those opportunities coming up. I'll take a deep dive into that in a minute. Again, with cross-promotion with our hotels, restaurants, retail, transportation, and attractions. This is going to be achieved through various marketing channels, essentially looking to speak with our amazing, folks with digital advertising, radio and television spots, blogs, newsletters for group tour operators, and pre-scheduled meetings with our international and domestic tour operators. So just a brief overview. In 2023, we look to tourism economics for our data, and it comes out, 2024 will be coming out at the end of this month. But Hudson County was ranked by Tourism Economics as the 2nd county in the entire state of New Jersey, visitor spending at 15.7% over 2022, bringing in $2.7 billion. Now, Alex mentioned a little earlier that we're looking at increasing that by 2.4 billion with just the World Cup coming up. So we're looking at a potential of $5.1 billion in this sector. This total includes revenue from lodging, food and beverage, recreation, retail, and transportation. And in 2023, food and beverage was the strongest category, bringing in $938 million. So perspective, we're looking at the state as a whole. Tourism economics stated that visitor spending in the entire state was at $49 billion. So we have a tremendous opportunity here. So for FIFA 2026 World Cup, our marketing efforts will be targeted to both domestic and international prospective visitors with a focus on USA, Canada, South America, the Middle East, and Europe, primarily through the visithudson.org website, content, and social media. And, I look forward to answering any questions at the end and just wanted to give you a brief overview as to what we do. I showcased the Visit Hudson site and also on the links that will be posted earlier. And later you'll be looking at the Hudson County Office of Cultural and Heritage Affairs.org site as well for further information on engagement for all of those organizations looking to partner with us. So thanks so much. Speak with you soon.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Gina. Every panelist that has spoken so far has made me more and more excited about the opportunities, not only for all of you on today's call, but the opportunities for you to more importantly engage with each of these panelists after today. I just want to make sure that you all know that there is no wrong door when it comes to who you speak to first after today's webinar. And what I mean is, no matter who you connect with after today's webinar, that individual, if there's a need, will connect you with the partners that can help you further along in your journey to take advantage of this incredible economic opportunity. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Emery Edwards, the President and CEO of the Hudson County Chamber of Commerce. Emery has a lot going on, and he is going to share with you the Hudson County World Cup planning that is underway. Emery?
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It is really a pleasure being with you. And just so you know, the Hudson County Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit membership organization that really exists to promote its members and to drive economic growth through the county. One of the goals that we feel is, quite frankly, we exist to connect, inform, educate, promote, advocate, and fight for business growth and countywide success. I want to pick up on a few of the themes from Alex and from Gina, right? Because one of the things, like as Gina was talking about, when you're talking about venues or attractions or hotels or restaurants or retailers or merchandise, that's where the Chamber of Commerce comes in, because we represent that audience. And we're here for all of you and here for our members, right? So we're really proud to have a seat at the table with the county. And quite frankly, the 12 municipalities who exist in Hudson County, who are also planning as well, whether it's Jersey City, Hoboken, or East Newark, everybody is looking to plan for the World Cup. 90% of the people visiting for the World Cup will not enter New York, New Jersey Stadium. That's one of the things I want to underline that Alex had said. And I also want to take my own personal observation here too, which is basically, if you're coming from the world to the FIFA World Cup, whether it's the Club World Cup this summer or the actual real World Cup next summer, I think people will not necessarily naturally wind up in Hudson County. So one of the things we see in looking at our tourism data and things like that is people will stay here, but frequently go right on the PATH train and go and do a lot of things in New York City. So a lot of the work that we are trying to do is connect those dots from the people who stay here, the people who pass through here, the people who will pass through here for all the different activities and events that will be held, whether it is by the FIFA World Cup 26 or the host committee, or even by our various, our great county and our various municipalities. So how do we start getting people to look at us as the destination? We know that people are going to go see the World Trade Center. We know that we're going to go see the Empire State Building and maybe catch a play. But we also want people to see what assets that we have here. Developing the assets is probably the most important thing that we do, right? So we're taking a long-term view of what can we improve now, whether it's our public spaces or different attractions that can last a generation. For example, the city of Jersey City is looking at updating all of its wayfaring signage. The signage that tells you how to get around, it's 20 years old. We need to update that. What other things can we change that will be a benefit to our residents and visitors next year, but that can also live long past this event so that we make wise investments? And again, your businesses, our hotels, our restaurants also make wise investments that can live beyond this 40-day event. It's a big 40-day event, but how do you leverage this for your own success later? And it could be things as easy as, if you want the big screen TV to have a viewing party, don't wait until June 2026 to buy it. It could be you need a new point of sale system because, some people you go in, they still want cash. Well, I'm not sure if your location takes Brazilian currency or Nigerian currency. Do you have it where people can pay using their Apple Watch? Do you have it where, do you still have to give your credit card over and people walk in the back with it? That's not really the standard anymore. So how can you get up to speed? So that's one of the things we've been looking at, as well as how can our businesses prepare from a very tactical point of view to succeed and to make investments into their business that it will be a great success for the next generation as things change. We are looking, and I love that Gina was talking about the Hudson County brand. It's really important because I think people that come here will be excited to be here. And being able to get the right logos and the right messaging to make sure that people are excited and engaged is really important. Building those, connecting the dots for people. This is how you get from the hotel to wherever this viewing party is, that viewing party. I know that FIFA has been very concerned about the last mile, looking at that pathway from the Lautenberg station to the arena. And that's for the 10% who might get into the arena, right? So there's a certain sense, how do you get from Bayonne to the Lautenberg station? That's a question for us. And so trying to get the first mile straightened out is going to be really important for us. The other thing that is going to be important for us is how do we engage our entire business community? How do we make sure that everybody can get their story visible? One of our things that we really are concerned about is visibility, making sure that people know who we are, where we are, and even our residents. These are the things that these hotels or bars or attractions have going on. I know that we've talked to some of our higher education members. We have 8 higher education members in the Hudson Chamber. All of their students want to engage as volunteers, or they want to learn sports management programs, may want to learn different things about this event, or marketing students may want to learn exactly how they can improve those skills. We also have a number of residents here who want to volunteer. At some point, our resources are limited. So how do we spread those out and stretch them further and get people who live here more excited? So these community engagement touches. For example, I know the city of Jersey City is having a Jersey City Cup, a soccer tournament in May. And so how are we going to have these local events throughout the county that can get everybody excited and then engaged, and again, give our residents a chance to volunteer and do other things? And again, as we have these events, and one of the things Alex said, FIFA is not necessarily handing contracts out to everybody, right? But how can we launch parties and festivals that can attract the visitors here to our various locations? And I think the last thing I have to say, because I think I've used my 5 minutes, Michelle, but part of it is that we also want to pay attention to the customer experience, because one of the things that can happen here is we want to get people here and we want them to go away and say, wow, this bar was great. This restaurant was great. I had the best time in Hudson County. We don't want them to go away saying, wow, I'll never go there again. And so part of the deal is it could land one of two ways. So preparation, which has been the theme for the day, is really important to make sure that we land on the side that people want to come back again and again and again, and that even the people who live here, we have almost 1 million people in Hudson County, don't always know what to do here. So if we can get this together in a way that people have a good time, people have a good experience, and people want to come back, it's a win. And so we're really happy to participate, and I look forward to answering any questions as well.
Thank you so much, Emery. And what did I do to remind you about your time? I'm trying to figure out, was there like a secret sign of some kind? Was it when my mic went live and then I took it off?
Okay. My secret is I'm timing myself, Michelle, because I've worked with you a long time.
So listen, I am so excited, right? I'm so excited. I just want everybody on this webinar to know planning for World Cup 2026 started years ago, probably right after the announcement. Every single individual that has spoken so far has been working on the lead up to yesterday when Alex made remarks at the chamber, to today and following. I am so excited now for the remaining panelists. No pressure. We want to make sure that we leave time for Q&A, but what you have to say is critical. Critical. So it is my great pleasure to introduce another chamber partner, Luis de la Hoz, chairman of the board of directors of the statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey. And Luis is going to talk about business opportunities. Luis.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. This has been basically a spiritual exercise to be quiet, because I'm probably the only one who plays soccer, and the older I get, the better I used to play. And I came here in 1994 to the World Cup after Colombia beat Argentina 5-0, and I went to the stadium. They lost 2 games. We went back. But this is the opportunity to redeem my soul for the World Cup. But our opportunity here is something that we, small businesses, especially those that are on Main Street, how we can take advantage of the opportunity that will be created for us. We need to be aware about what is happening, and this is not the beginning. Remember, last year, New Jersey hosts a few games of the Copa America. This year, we will have the 9 games of the FIFA World Club, and next year. And this is not just the end. After 26 is everything that we do well will allow us to attract people to come to New Jersey and to bring the game to the next stage. Now, as Alex and Emery and everybody address, all the opportunities won't be created for us. We need to create those opportunities for us, and we need to follow rules and regulations just to make sure that we can take as much as we can from that. And 97% of the businesses in New Jersey are micro businesses. They have less than 10 full-time employees. And we're talking about restaurants, beauty salons, barbershop, you name it. We try to assist as many of them. And Hudson County have been, and the Hudson County Economic Development Authority have been a great partner assisting those businesses to grow. We have the challenge that we need to tell that we exist, not only online, but also in different languages, right? Believe me, if they offer me 5 minutes in Spanish, I won't accept the invitation, because I will be here for an hour or 2 just talking about this. But they did a great job. They mentioned, Luis, this is in English, we need to focus. All right. Now, the opportunities is we are trying to complement what the local committee is doing. They have been working before the announcement, because they were the ones who made the proposal to attract the FIFA World Cup to New Jersey. That happened many years ago. I remember over a year ago when I was invited to the announcement that everybody said, "Why are you going there? That will happen elsewhere." When they make the announcement, I didn't believe that I was able to witness that. That's the energy and a lot of the things that need to happen. We need to help to create those opportunities for our small businesses. And together we can do that. As they already mentioned, is the experience that the people, not only the visitors, but also the residents, they experience going to the stadium, going to the fan fest, going to other activities will last longer if we do a great job. That's the main idea. Now, as a small business owners, I need to be the one who is prepared to refer those visitors to other business owners that are located nearby. Those that complement or those that can serve those individuals with the needs that they will have, what they will have when they are away from home. Just think about if I go to a restaurant and I realize that someone is celebrating the birthday, or I will refer, being a restaurant business owner, I will refer the baker, or I can refer the flower shop, right? Now, many other opportunities will start happening now because a lot of corporations want to do activities related with the World Cup. When the Super Bowl came to New Jersey, like over 10 years ago, only one of our members received a $10,000 catering opportunity. That was 10 years ago. Now we learn from that experience, and that cannot be possible. But those opportunities need to be created. I saw that a Hudson County local caterer, Casa Cubana, Gerardo is on the list. I mean, if he is able to communicate what he does, and our local organization is doing something related with the World Cup, he will have the opportunity to participate. Those are the opportunities that will be there. That doesn't come from the committee. That doesn't come from the organization that is putting together the World Cup. That will come from the local network and for how visible we are in order for us to communicate that. Now, if that same organization asks for, a bartender or any other service, remember the best view of Manhattan is from Jersey City. Every time that we have an international visitor, we bring them to Harborside just to impress them. If you have the experience, and Sheila knows that because we use the same room often, when people see that view for the first time, is amazing. You won't believe that feeling. They won't forget that. We can create the same experiences with other business owners that are locally, that are through the entire state. We just need to become referral sources for other business owners, and we can partner to offer a complete package for other activities. Every time that we host an event, we attract our members to become the resources, the vendors that we use to provide those services. That will be a good opportunity for them to showcase their products and services and to be able to get access to those services. And we share resources all the time. I mean, everybody agreed that Michelle was the one who get us together, but I bet you that every time that we have a question, we will reach out to her office, and she will guide us and say, okay, I cannot do this one by one. Let's put this resource group together and let's try to solve as many opportunities as you can. As I say, not all the opportunities are directly related with the World Cup, but a lot of things will happen. A lot of people need transportation, entertainment. They want to see things that we have to offer that they are not aware of. But we have the responsibility to coordinate with local community college, with local universities, because those students can become the social media managers for the Main Street businesses in order for us to communicate that efficiently to the rest of the world. How am I in time, Michelle? You didn't make any sign yet.
I actually did. I turned on my mic.
Okay, perfect. No, as I say, this is something that we can build together. Is many other opportunities that have been created just because of that. And the question is no, what I will ask to Alex is how we can help them, are the local committee and the county, to make this a success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Louise. I got to tell you, I just love this panel. We've been working together as colleagues for years. Louise talked about partnership, and there is no better way to introduce our next and final panelist, Sheila Harris Adams, the regional director of the Small Business Development Center at New Jersey City University, to talk about business resources. And let me tell everyone on this call something. We've talked a lot about opportunities, and there is somebody sitting out there in our audience of 188 individuals wondering, wow, this is great. But how do I? Sheila is going to show us the way beginning today, and then her contact information is going to be the secret sauce of how you get your business lined up and prepared for 2026. My good friend, Sheila Harris Adams.
Good morning, everyone. No pressure with that introduction at all. Let me preface it by saying I'm not going to be able to show you the way in the 10 minutes, or actually it's 5 minutes that I have. But what I do want to make sure that each of you understands is the best time for you to begin preparing for this is now. Let's not wait until 2026. There are some things that you need to begin to prepare your business for, so that you're in place and ready to go when the doors start opening up. So with that, as Michelle said, I am the regional director here at NJSBDC at NJCU School of Business. That's a mouthful, but when it's all said and done, let's just call it what it is. We are here to support your business wherever you are in that process. And for today's purposes, we're talking about World Cup. What does that mean? And how do you get there? Well, this year for us, our organization has been dedicated so far to all things capital. We understand the importance and the need for you to not just sustain your business, but to position your business for this influx that could very well come for you in 2026. So we want to make sure that you understand what's available and how to get it. But more than that, we're dedicated to helping you with the capacity building piece. So for some of you may have the little bodega where it's you, your husband, and someone else working there. We know that there may be an influx. And so some of you may be saying, well, how do I build from there? How do I prepare for that? That's where an SBDC comes alongside of you. So again, for those of you who are not familiar with who we are part of the SBA, which is the Small Business Administration. We're tasked with supporting your business in real, tangible ways. What's great about the services we offer is we not only offer you education, we not only offer you training, but we're here to provide you with no cost one-on-one counseling. Your tax dollars and my tax dollars have already paid for us to help you with that piece. So I strongly encourage you, not just for World Cup, but for World Cup and beyond, to tap into this resource. What's great about this organization is I'm one of many regionals that sit throughout the state of New Jersey. But for you guys, for all of you that are located right here in Hudson County, I sit here in your home. As Louise said, this is my home. This is not my view. I wish it was, but I do sit in that very building here at NJCU School of Business, just saying one of the best colleges that there is. But I sit right here at NJCU School of Business. My team and I, subject matter experts, are here ready to help equip, empower, and educate your business. So we offer a number of workshops, series, in person, as well as webinars. But in addition to that, that one-on-one counseling. And that can consist of anything from helping you identify where the opportunities can be. It also can include helping you go after those opportunities. So it's one thing to find it, it's a whole nother thing to win it, right? But before you even get to that place, you've got to understand the rules of engagement. What does it look like to play on a certain field? And what kind of certifications? And what do you need to have in place? And where do I register? All of this leads to a number of questions, and I understand. But I'm here today to make sure you understand and know you have resource partners that are available and ready to help you. One of the great things about this panel is this is an opportunity for you all to know that each and every one of us is working with one another. We know that in order to make sure that your businesses get a piece of that pie, we all have to find a way to work together as organizations. So Michelle and her team took lead and everyone else stepped up because each of us brings something different to the table for you all. But we're all here committed to see your business successful as we bring this incredible opportunity to our state. So again, if I am not the right resource for you, I'm going to point you toward Emory, and Emory is going to point you my way because our goal is ultimately the same. We want to make sure that you're in position to win, a pun intended. We want you all to win in this season. We want you to take full advantage of what it looks like to be in New Jersey during this unprecedented time. And we want your business to flourish as a result of the World Cup. There's so much you can do in the near term, but I encourage you all to begin to plan now, begin to think about it now. And if you don't know what that means, tap us on the shoulder, get registered with us. We'll make sure we align you with a subject matter expert as your counselor, and he or she will begin to kind of walk you through the process as you prepare for 2026. Now, we all say, Sheila, it's 2024. I'm just worried about payroll tomorrow. We're still here to help you in the near term, in the future term, and well beyond 2026. So if you're not registered with us, get registered. Tap any resource that's on this call. We'll point you in the right direction. But our goal at the end of World Cup is not just to see the right teams win, but is for all of us to be able to share some success stories that you all come back to each of us and say, hey, guess what? Courtesy of the World Cup, this, and this, and this, and this has happened. I've hired more businesses. I was able to expand. I've brought in more money. That's the goal. So we are dedicated. We're here each and every day in the trenches with you and your businesses to see you successful. So I encourage you all to think long and hard about what you want to see happen for your business during World Cup and tap us on the shoulder to find out how we can help support you and make that dream come true. Michelle, thank you for organizing this. And again, I would say on behalf of all of us, we're an email away. If you need support, if you have questions, this is not the time to be quiet. Don't let this opportunity go past without you taking advantage of what's in front of you. Thanks so much, Michelle and team.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to do a little bit of a pivot, so I'm going to ask for everyone's consideration and indulgence. We're at 12:49. We've got a bunch of questions in the Q&A to the panelists. Eyes on the Q&A, please. I am going to summarize by category some of the themes and concerns that came in to us by email in advance of today's webinar. I'm actually going to thematically say here are the 6 themes while I invite the panelists to scroll through the questions and see if there is one question that you might each want to address as a way of summing up perhaps some of the remarks that you made earlier. I am telling everyone this is a pivot. So there is no rehearsal for a pivot. A pivot's a pivot. So here are the themes. And Rossini, I got to thank you for very quickly summarizing the questions that came in advance. So panelists, your eyes on the questions. I'm going to start at the top when I'm done to see if Alex wishes to answer a specific question, and I'll go through the list of panelists. But this is what we gathered before today's webinar. First theme, access to business contracts and partnerships. Here we go, contracts and partnerships, services, products, construction. If there's a panelist that wishes to grab that. Second, equity and inclusion of minority-owned and local businesses. Third theme, clarity on job creation and workforce development. I'm a workforce person, so I saw Mary's question. Thank you for that. Marketing and visibility for local businesses to capitalize on tourism. Can I tell you, the panelists addressed this, but we will circle back to this in the form of any specific questions. Community access and participation, including nonprofits and cultural groups. And the final category that Rossini captured was events and activations that invite business and community involvement. So those are the themes. All eyes on the questions that came in. Um, this is the pivot. Alex, might you wish to generally affirm the remarks you made about contracts versus the organic opportunities that are going to be available to businesses as millions of people come into the region, and you said only 80,000 people can get in that stadium. Alex, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, look, like I think, the host committee is, and it is not the decider of everything, right? Like we don't control every single thing that is going to happen in 40 days for the World Cup, right? We don't take over businesses, we don't take over everything. So when you think of what the host committee is in charge of, we're in charge of transportation, we're in charge of the fan fests, we coordinate on security and we help put on some events. Those are the main things that we are, directly responsible for. What we are also responsible for is kind of being a source of information and your and kind of the not, I don't want to say lobbying arm, but the really like FIFA's local representative. And we make sure that the interests of New York, New Jersey are taken care of and that FIFA's not looking past any of it. What I would say is, so again, we want to make sure that, as companies are looking to host their own private events, that we're able to connect them with local businesses, whether it's catering or, flower shops, like you name it. We want to make sure that we're able to help with that. But what I would also say is the biggest opportunity is making sure that you're prepared for the influx of people that are going to be coming in for those 40 days so that your business can take advantage of that. So if you are, a bar, restaurant, hotel, small business, on any main street or anything, you're going to have millions of people here who are looking for things to do. They're going to be looking to go shopping. They're going to be looking for a place to stay. They're going to be looking for, again, things to do throughout the day and throughout the night. That is the opportunity, and you don't need our approval to be open during those 40 days. You don't need our approval to sell your product. What we want to make sure that we can do is provide you the toolkits, and that's why we're revamping the website and we'll be coming out with toolkits so that you can be prepared. And if you have any questions or anything, I would always say work with your local chamber and work with us. We can provide you with all the information of where FanFest is going to be, where the mobile tour might be coming from, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, we want to just make sure that the businesses in this community are ready and prepared to take advantage of the opportunity. And the opportunity is going to be coming, next summer. It's all the work on the front end to make sure that you're ready for when all the people get here. Because the last thing we want is for a business to just be overrun and not be able to put its best foot forward. And so that is, a lot of what our job is. It's why we're working so closely with Emory and the HCEDC, right? We want to make sure that everyone's prepared and ready to take advantage of the millions of people who are going to be coming here looking for things to do as a part of the World Cup.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alex. In a pivot, we're at 12:55. I'm going to ask if every panelist can give us like an extra 5 minutes, right? We're scheduled to end at 1, but there's a lot of questions out here. Is there any additional panelist that wishes to specifically address access to business contracts and partnerships, picking up where Alex left off? And then I really want us to go right into that equity and inclusion of minority-owned and local businesses. Any other panelists' wishes?
So, Michelle, I'm going to jump in. I have 40 plus years in the government contracting sector, local, state, federal. And what I'm going to say to you is this. Some of you will want to hear it and some of you will not, but I'm going to be real. The money to be made is not necessarily in a contract. I know we hear billions and billions of dollars that is going to be spent. And what tends to happen is businesses chase that almighty dollar. But you got to remember, you have a lot of other people chasing it as well. That restaurant you have that's right up the street from a hotel, this is your billion-dollar baby. This is your opportunity to really build some significant business because those individuals have to eat somewhere. They have to go somewhere. So now's the time to develop a really comprehensive plan of how you're going to capture that business in a grassroots manner and also leverage technology so people can find you and get to you and easily order from you or come see you or whatever that looks like. In each of those situations, it is an individual opportunity. Each business is different. What they need to do to ramp up and be prepared is different. And that's why I keep saying tap your resource partner so we can help you navigate through what that looks like. If you see a contract and you want to go after that, I'm going to toot our horn again. Knock on our door. We have a team here. I have a number of subject matter experts that have extensive experience in the government contracting world, so we can help you identify the opportunity. We can help you respond to the opportunity, but we also need to make sure we can help you deliver. The execution is going to be key. So whether you're a business that's just going to build from the people that are walking down that street or in your vicinity, let's take advantage of what that looks like.
I will say
And
this.
Michelle, sorry if I
Yes.
could, because I do have to jump. I have a call with FIFA
Yes.
in 2 minutes. But what I would echo in what Sheila said is the host committee doesn't have a lot of contracts. Like we don't have billions of dollars that we're giving out or partnering on, right? So there will be some things that we are doing, but it's not in the it's not in the billions of dollars, right? Like a lot of the money is going towards transportation, and that's those are fixed people in that industry, and there are only certain people who can handle 50,000 people a day on a transportation contract. What Sheila says is exactly and 100% right.
Mhm.
You need to be prepared to take advantage of the organic things and the people who are coming here looking for, as I said, something to do, somewhere to eat, and a place to be. And know that all these people are going to, be posting, on social media where they are. They'll be posting reviews, and this is a chance for everyone to kind of, this is your chance to become the next thing, because all these people are going to be coming from around the world and saying, they're looking for, not the, and I don't want, if anyone owns a Capital Grille, I don't want to, put that down, but people are going to be looking for that local experience. And that's why they're coming, because they want that. What people are now always looking for is that local, real, authentic experience. And for all the business owners here, people from around the world are going to be looking for something that is truly New Jersey, right? Like, they'll know the stereotypical New Jersey things, right? I'm sure they all just watch The Sopranos or something, right? And they're going to look for what is stereotypical about New Jersey. But this is also the opportunity to show the other real parts of New Jersey and the authentic diversity that New Jersey has, the massive different amounts of community, the rich culture and food options and bar options and entertainment options. This is that chance. And the money and the economic impact is not going to be made from trying to chase the host committee around and trying to get that. The money and economic impact is going to be trying to chase the customers, getting to the millions of people who are coming and making them repeat customers, making them post a review that says, wow, I went to this restaurant, next to the hotel, and this was one of the best, Indian foods that I've ever had, or this was one of the best, Cuban restaurants that I've ever been to, whatever it is. This is, the opportunity that everyone has, and that's where I think the real benefit is. And so again, we are here to help you take advantage of that and get prepared for that. You've got people like Sheila, Michelle, Emery, Gina, Louise, who are all on this call, who can help everyone make sure that they're prepared. We will tell you what events and where they're happening and the match schedule and everything. But it is going to be up to everyone to make sure that they're prepared. And we want to make sure that everyone does have the resources to take advantage of the millions of people who are going to be here, who are going to be looking for that authentic New Jersey experience, that authentic Hudson County experience that only you can provide. And so I'm sorry, I've got to jump on a call with FIFA right now.
Thank
But
you so much,
thank
Alex.
you guys so much for having me, and I'm looking
Thank
forward to
you.
speaking with you all again soon.
Thank you, Alex. We will be in touch. So, listen, I'm looking at the questions that are coming in. I'm looking at the themes, and there is alignment, right? But I want to say this right now because we've got another 4 minutes. The kinds of questions that are being asked align with the themes that Rossini has captured. By giving you the links at the end, you're going to be able to connect with every organization for updates. In addition, Hudson County EDC is going to be routinely monitoring all the resources and all of the posts from the panelists. So those questions that we're not specifically getting to, you're going to get the answers to those questions in some of the upcoming events. So back to the themes, I will say in the matter of equity and inclusion, there isn't a panelist that doesn't work in that space. We are a Hudson County Economic Development Corporation. We're a nonprofit economic development corporation funded by the county. We are focused on equity and inclusion 365 days a year, and all the panelists are as well. So I hope that I have captured the essence of that theme, and I want to make sure that we address marketing and visibility, events activations, and that we hear from Luis and Gina. Everyone has to be heard from before we close.
Yes.
Luis, I saw your hand.
Yes. I just want to say that business owners, especially Main Street business owners, they face 4 challenges: access to capital, access to new markets, access to networks, and the digital divide, right? That's why in one of the things that we propose, we create our own guide just for a Main Street business, and just to complement or supplement what the committee is doing. And we are using an app that was developed by a minority-owned business that I believe Lisa is on the call today, called Juego Juego, where we will allow the business owner to become visible without doing a lot of effort. Because not everybody who owns a restaurant or a bakery or a Main Street business owner will be able to develop a social media plan, right? Now, we provide them the resources because the NJDA has one e-commerce grant that is available up to $11,400. But for those who cannot get access to those resources, we will share what we have available, and we will be able to create those opportunities. Plus, I think that together we will be stronger if we are trying to communicate something. We are very efficient when it's a boss in the community. We need to use that power to communicate that our businesses are open for businesses and that we can attract those visitors and residents that they don't necessarily know about us. Being Jersey City, the most diverse city in the state and probably in the country, and being New Jersey, one of the reasons that the Governor Murphy and the person who represent the Mayor Adams on the announcement party was that one of the reasons because FIFA chose New Jersey or New York and New Jersey was because of the diversity. When people travel, they look for 2 things: food and shopping. And we have a lot of things to offer on that. I believe that if I go around Jersey City, it's like I can tour the entire world on food without leaving Jersey City, because they have everything around the world to offer. Imagine if you are coming from a country that we have something that they don't have on the country of origin.
This is a terrific segue for Gina and then Emery. You know, we have everything. I love that. I love how that sounds, Gina. We have everything to offer here in Hudson County. And thematically, there were a lot of questions that came in advance about events and activations. Gina, would you like to reaffirm? And then we're going to go to Emery and try to wrap it up with that last slide of context. Gina, any reflections?
Thank you. Thank you. Yep. So just briefly, I know we're running out of time. We do have everything, right? We've got art, music, theater, history, food, attractions, you know it. So when I showed the website earlier, there is a section, and I dropped it in the chat there, for events. Please feel free to put in your information if you have an upcoming event. If you're for some reason not listed on the website, we are here to be a resource to help push you out. So we want to know, we want to hear from you. There's also the newsletter, which is where we will be showcasing a lot of upcoming initiatives and ways to work with us and do partnerships. Just during this call, I got some information that our Office of Emergency Management is working with the state of the Office of Emergency Management. They're in partnership. So they will be using our Juno Center for the base for the Club Cup this year and World Cup next year. So again, more to come on opportunities for partnerships. That is something that we've been working on, that we continue to work on as we get more information. So I urge you to sign up for the newsletters, to sign up on the events so that you see what's happening, what's coming up, and any ways that we can help promote you and promote your organization, attraction, business, etc.
Gina, that's great. That's great. I'm going to beg for indulgence. Gosh, this is a pattern. I'm asking for everyone's indulgence. Emery, we're going to try to end this call at 10 after the hour, and I need at least 30 seconds. Emery, final
This
thought?
is easy. This is easy. First of all, go to Alex's website. If you go to the New York, New Jersey Host Committee website, there's a place to sign up for notices. There's a place to register your experience or your interest. I'm with Team Sheila there. I think that's kind of a long shot, and you probably will be better off building your own business up. But there's a way to get in front of them. The only other thing I would say right at this particular point, there are a ton of questions about how do I get in front of other businesses or build those partnerships. The Hudson County Chamber of Commerce is right here. That's what we do. That's the core of what our work is. The Statewide Hispanic Chamber, because I always love giving my friend Luis a pitch here, does the same thing with his marketplace and his audience. And so work with the chambers. Alex said that. Gina has said that. Sheila has said that. You have said that, Michelle. We're here. And so I may be a little slow on email with 188 participants, but I will get there.
Rosetti, thank you so much, Emery. Rosetti, let's show that final slide. This is a recorded webinar. Yes, we will be sharing it. I got a bulletin for all of you. I am on Team Alex, Team Gina, Team Emery, Team Luis, and Team Sheila. I am a member of the team. And we are all we have what do you call it in the chamber world? There's reciprocity of membership. So listen, here are the links. We're sending out the recording. We're going to be sending out the PowerPoint. You'll have the links. We're going to be sharing with each panelist the list of today's registrants. We're going to be sharing all of the upcoming events. So I get by with a little help from my friends. Have I missed anything in saying thank you to everybody? Rosetti, please come on camera so that everyone can see the secret sauce. If you can, if it's that with it. There she is.
Thank you.
So we are at 110. Everyone has been great. We have 150 people still, so the overtime I hope was valuable. Rosetti, can the panelists go behind the curtain for 1 minute, or is that not possible with the technology? Tell me honestly.
I think once
you hit end, we're all saying goodbye. Okay.
I think so.
I just need a reminder. Thank you so much, everybody. Stay tuned, more to come. Thank you to the panelists. Thank you very much. Rosetti, thank you.
Thank
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.